I am Brutus, why I killed Caesar. They call me traitor. They say I murdered the man who loved me like a son, that I repaid Caesar's mercy with a blade in his back. But let me tell you what really happened on the Ides of March, when I stood in the Senate chamber with a dagger in my hand, knowing that what I was about to do would make me the most hated man in Rome. I am Marcus Junius Brutus, and I killed Caesar to save the Republic. I loved him. Let me say that first before you judge me. Julius Caesar was more than my friend, more than my mentor. Some whispered he was my father. My mother Servilia was his lover for years. Whether that's true, I'll never know. But he treated me as a son. When civil war broke out, I fought against him. I stood with Pompey in the Senate because I believed in the Republic. And when our armies were crushed, Caesar could have executed me. He had every right. I was his enemy on the battlefield. Instead, he pardoned me. He embraced me. He gave me positions of honor, praetor, governor. He trusted me with power when others would have seen me dead. How do you think that felt, to be shown such mercy by a man you tried to kill? It would have been easier if he'd been cruel, if he'd been a tyrant. But Caesar was brilliant, charismatic, generous. The people loved him. The soldiers worshipped him. Even his enemies admitted his greatness. But greatness isn't the same as right. I watched him return to Rome after his victories. I watched the Senate, the institution that had governed Rome for 500 years, bow before him. I watched as he accepted title after title, dictator, then dictator for 10 years, then dictator for life. Do you understand what that means? For life. Kings rule for life. Tyrants rule for life. Not Roman leaders. We had laws, we had limits, we had the Republic. Caesar said he was saving Rome. He pointed to corruption in the Senate, the suffering of the poor, the chaos of civil wars. And he wasn't wrong. The Republic had problems, deep problems. But his solution was to make himself the solution, to become the one man who stood above the law. I tried to convince myself it was temporary, that once things stabilized, he'd step down. But every month he gathered more authority. Every month the Republic slipped further away. My ancestor, Lucius Junius Brutus, had founded the Roman Republic by driving out the last king of Rome. We learned that freedom was worth more than security, that no man should hold absolute power. And now I watched another king rise. He didn't call himself king. He was too clever for that. But when a man holds all power, when the Senate merely applauds, when every decision flows from his will alone, what else is he? The others came to me. Cassius first, then Casca, then more. 60 senators all asking, would I join them? Would I honor my ancestors' legacy? Would I save the Republic? I didn't sleep for weeks. I'd walk through Rome at night, thinking about Caesar's kindness, his brilliance. But I'd also think about what Rome was becoming, a place where one man's word was law, where our children would grow up never knowing freedom. On the Ides of March, I made my choice. We gathered in the Senate chamber. Caesar arrived confident, surrounded by supporters. Someone handed him a petition. As he read it, we moved closer. I remember every detail, the confusion in his eyes as the first blade struck, the way he fought back. The moment he saw me, dagger in hand, and his expression changed to betrayal. Et tu, Brute? Even you, Brutus? I struck. Not in his back. I faced him when I did it. 23 wounds in total. We left him bleeding beneath a statue of Pompey. I thought Rome would understand. I thought they'd see we'd freed them. I gave a speech explaining why this had to be done. They didn't understand. They rioted. They burned. They loved Caesar more than they loved freedom. Mark Antony turned them against us. He showed Caesar's bloody toga, read his will, called us murderers. The mob wanted our blood. I fled Rome. The Republic collapsed anyway. Octavian rose to power, and Rome became an empire, exactly what I tried to prevent. Did I fail? Yes. Did I betray the man who loved me? Yes. But I saw tyranny growing, and I acted. I chose principle over love, duty over gratitude. Perhaps I was wrong. Perhaps Caesar was right that Rome needed an emperor. But I had to try. What would you have done, watching freedom die while wearing the chains of gratitude?